Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. Your fever dream, can't you see, getting closer? Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's the preacher and the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brink of every wall that's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you wanna go? Where it's covered in all the colors and lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. It's the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to John R. Sumner Arena on the campus of Shattuck St. Mary's. It's the Sabres 16U squad taking on the Culver Academy Eagles. It's 0800. You know what 0800 stands for? Oh my God, it's early for hockey. Your starting lineup for Coach Ellie's squad. Dylan King, Eva Molnar, Juliana Golden on left wing. It'll be Jaden Krushelniski and Gianna Monaco on D. In between the pipes, number 30, Addie Hoppy is in the net. 17 minutes are on the clock to get this contest underway, and the Sabres are working from left to right. It's Golden across the Eagle line, fires one wide left in front of Williams. Out to the point for G. G to Krushelniski, fires a one-timer right into the glove of Williams, who makes the save at 16:34. The Sabres are wearing their home whites in this third game of the series, with maroon around the shoulder pads trimmed out with black. There's going to be an 1.5 or 2-inch band of maroon and black around the armbands, waist, and socks. Shells are the classic straight black. Helmets are black. Gloves are black with the maroon and white trim. Culver Academy wearing their maroon away jerseys, socks, and shells with white trim. They have a double white band around the arms, waist, and socks. Shells will have a double vertical white stripe. Helmets are going to be maroon. Gloves are maroon with white trim. It's going to be Krushelniski off the draw, sends it in the corner for Golden, firing across. That's not Golden down there. That's going to be Thomasina Cinquino, better known as Tommy C to her fans. Down the left wing corner is going to be Nora Patak. Patak heads to the slot, fires a shot, pad saved by Williams. Coming in is MC, out to the point for Gianna. G back in the corner for Conklin. Conklin cycling it down in the corner, looking for Patak. Coming in is Cinquino for support on the offensive side of things. Picked up by Culver and chipped out of the zone towards Krushelnyski. And it's going to be Jaden in a foot race against Wilson of Culver Academy. On the far side, DDD pass to G. G going to go right back to Jay Crush here to the near side. Krushelnyski looking for field on the far side. It slides out of the zone into the hands of the Eagles. Sent into the corner. It's going to be offsides as Fischler dumped it in before Sadiakov can make it across the blue line. And at 15:49 to go here in period number 1, we're going to get ourselves a face-off just outside the zone, right in front of the Sabre benches. It'll be field at center. Belanger on left wing. Ligda on right wing. Your blue liner is going to be Pape and Hall from left to right. Field on your draw. Wins it cleanly back to Andy Hall. Hall over here. I'm sorry, Pape. Pape to Hall. Hall back to Pape. It's a little early, folks. Didn't finish my coffee this morning. Fischler on the far side, up to Sadiakov. Picked off by Ligda. Ligda to Pape here to the far side in front of the Sabre benches. Hits field right at the center. She's going to carry it in. Chip across to Ligda. Ligda right wing corner now comes down low. Sends one up for net. Saved by Williams. That's going to trickle in. And that's going to be a Sabres goal at 15:26. Ligda gets one in as she fired one. Williams made the initial save, it looked like, but it just trickled over the goaltender's blocker and in the net. So that'll be Ligda here in period number 1 at 15:26. And the Sabres are leading 1-0, folks, as we make our way back out to center ice. It'll be Ligda Field and the pride of Quebec. Ava Belanger on left wing. Blue liners are still going to be Pape and Hall. Face off one down in front of Williams, picked up by Buchinski. Buchinski here to the near side. Trying to break it out. She hits Esmond. Cut off by Hall at the blue line and kept in towards Belanger. Belanger back to Liggs. Liggs fires one across the blue paint in the left wing corner, collected by Field. Field with a little bit of time and space, tries to cycle it down to Belanger, cut off by the Eagles, but kept in by Pape at the point, who fires one in the right wing corner. It'll be Belanger on the defensive side of things, trying to drag one up the boards. Picked off by Kat Messersmith of the Eagles. Kat going to work right to left behind Williams. Breaks it out on the far side for Frizzell and pushing it out towards Kearney. Kearney in the neutral ice, drops it off for Esmond. Collapsed down by 5 white jerseys, and it's picked up by Dylan King. King across the Eagle line. Heads it over here to Belanger. Belanger back to King. Off her skates. Pop loose for Buchinski. King going to pick her pocket right in front. Goes to the backhand. Fires one forward off the skates of Molnar and a save by Williams at 14:35 to go here in the period. So the Sabres complete the line change. It'll be Juliana Golden headed out there. King in the slot. Eva Molnar on your draw. It'll be Krushelnyski and Vernig on D. Krushelnyski just out of frame there at the left point, sealing up the wall in front of the Eagle benches. And here comes the Eagles out of the zone. Right here, Wilson goes right back across the line. Picked up by Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski to Vernig. Josie going to curl back around, take it behind the net, and sends it over to Jay Crush. Jay Crush digging it out from her feet. Wilson on the forecheck comes in, forced her to go here to the near side. King going to tie up Furch, and the puck's going to slide all the way down. Going to be Juliana Golden going to get it. Icing has been weighed off, and it's picked up by Lou. Lou and Golden trapping with Molnar on the right. Pushed in the right wing corner by the Eagles here to the near side. Coming in is Conklin on the defensive side of things. Backing out is Golden, top of the right circle. Picked up here by Furch, and she's going to push it right in front of her neg. Out to the far side for Krushelnyski. Fires a shot, glove down by Hoppy. Picked up by Jay Crush in front of that. She curls behind it and pushing a little time and space. Jaden muscling it out of the zone one-handed. Intercepted by Chandler off the skates of Conklin. She battling it out right here with Seekins. Pop loose by TC into the hands of Andy Hall on the far side. Hall walks it in, left wing circle, high point. Cuts back, sends it down in the corner, looking for Tommy C. Back to Hall. Hall chipping it down low for Patak now. Conklin high after reach, streaks in towards the front of the blue paint. TC going to work in the left wing corner. Harris pushing one out of the zone for the Eagles, and it'll be Gianna collecting at center, going to try to fire one right back in and keeping pressure on the Eagles in front of their own netminder Williams, who's going to play it for Chandler, picked up here by Patak on the good forecheck in the right wing corner. MC coming in. Sadiakov bashes it out to Kearney. Kearney over here to Harris. Harris going to slam one behind Gianna. Puck's going to slide into the left wing corner for Hall. Hall going to kick it out to the far side. A little chip shot there. Pitching wedge from Hall to TC. TC sends one over here to the near side, and it's going to be picked up by Buchinski. MC on the forecheck. Pulling it back is going to be Frizzell. Picked up by Belanger in front of the Eagle benches. She's harassed by two girls. Loose change for Ligda. Ligda back to Belanger. She's knocked off the puck, and the loose change collected by Hall. Inside Sabre territory goes D to D to G. G, little saucer pass forward to Belanger. Cut off by 3 Eagles. Coming in is Hall. Going to pull it back now. Sends it forward for Field. Field across the Sabre or Eagle line. Trying to drag one to the slot. Field gets out of the inside position against Messersmith. And Field goes down to one knee. Picks up the loose change. Belanger coming in behind Williams. And the Eagles pull it off here to the near side for Kearney. Sent out of the zone for Pape. Pape chips it over to the far side towards the penalty boxes. Benches, as you know, are on the far side. Penalty boxes in the scoring table sandwiching the two benches. Ligda at center. Comes in, hooked off the puck by Buzinski. We're going to get a penalty on the Eagles. Hooking will be the call, I believe, or they're going to call offsides. Take your pick. And the Sabres are going to, they're going to get the call here, folks. It'll be Buzinski going to the sin bin for hooking here at 12:07 in period number 1. That's resulting in a Sabres power play. This power play brought to you by Jay's Beef in Harwood Heights on Montrose and Narragansett. Jay's Beef, you've tried the rest, now try the best. Stop in and see Jay, Johnny, Frankie, the Fortuna brothers. Tell them I said hi, folks. Your power play unit out there now is going to be Vernig along with Field and TC up top. Down in the corner is going to be Golden along with Patak, I believe. Firing one across, looking for TC on the back door. And just off the stick of Tommy C. Out to the point for Vernig now, working it towards the middle. Goes here to the near side for Field, right wing hash marks. Along the board she is, pushing it back up top right circle, hits Vernig. Vernig fires a shot right in front, trying to create traffic was Golden. Thrown out of the zone by the Eagles all the way towards Hoppy. And she sends it right back up past Vernig. Coming across, going to be Patak in a foot race against Chandler. Patak going to get to it, chips it into the corner. Chandler got the inside position. She's going to drag it behind the net of Williams. Patak trying to hold her up here. Chandler tries to clear, and she does. Out the center ice for Hall. Hall picking it up in front of the Sabre line, pushing it up towards center, makes a move, bouncing out to the outside, top left circle, entering the zone. Over to Belanger. Off of Eva Belanger's stick, she picks it back up, just inside the blue line now. Top of the circle over to Hall. Hall walking the line like Johnny Cash, pulls it back over to Belanger, right circle. Goes cross ice for Conklin. Conklin fires a shot, saved by Williams. Back in the hands of MC and along the left wing half wall now. Conklin comes out to the high point, goes over to the corner for Belanger, just fanning on the one-timer. Looking for the Belanger bomb at 10:44 with 36 seconds to go on that Jay's Beef power play. Out of the zone, it's going to go, picked up by Belanger, and the Sabres are going to have to regroup as she drops it off for Hall, sliding all the way into the corner. Right wing side, far side down by Hoppy. Hall over to Belanger. Belanger makes a move around Eslem, pushing it up the center. She's got Ligda on her left, Krushelnyski right, MC high point. Ligda comes in left wing half wall, trying to set it up, holding on to it left corner, sending it up the middle, looking for Vernig, high point. Vernig grabs it, sews it in the corner for the Krushelnyski, back to Vernig, high point, going over far side. Picked up here by MC, back to Belanger. Belanger just missing. Picked up to Krushelnyski, sent out Perch trying to clear it out. She sent it to Esmond, and it files all the way down. That'll be the end of the power play, and it'll be collected by Josie Vernig. We're 5-on-5 hockey. Vernig against Frizzot, pushing it up the ice. She's going to drop it back into the corner for Jay Crush. Off of Jaden's stick, pinching in hard is going to be Harris of the Eagles. She's going to come behind the net, right to left here to the near side, stripped by the puck by Krushelnyski. Pinned in is going to be Sadiakov with 2 on her. Going to be Molnar along with Krushelnyski and Vernig on the offensive side trying to drag it out. Dylan King patrolling in front of the blue paint of Hoppy. Krushelnyski sends one to King. Bounced off the puck, slides out of the zone. It's going to be Tommy C on the forecheck against Messersmith. Messersmith bounces one to the outside to Seekins. Seekins chips one forward to G. G going to collect the interception and sends it over to Pape. Hoppe hits the middle for Molnar. Molnar touch past the King, pushing it inside the zone. Cut off by Buzinski. Seekins going to chop it all the way down into the left wing corner. It'll be picked up by G, 1 on her. Picked over here to the near side, collected by Molnar back in the corner. Molnar run off by Bossert, and back over to G it goes, bounces it out to Belanger. Belanger popped it loose, going to send it back into the corner now of the Eagles. Pape comes in to get it, over to King. King left wing hash marks, bounces it up off the glass, out of the zone it goes, and it's going to be Fischler picking up the loose change. Fischler right back to Wilson. Eagles trying to put pressure off the skates of Ligda into the hands of Field. Poke check by Chandler. Puck loose and collected by Chandler. Belanger kept it in a good stick there by Belanger to Field. Back to Belanger. Belanger looking for Ligda on the front door and unable to connect. It'll be the Eagles pushing it right back the other way now. Out the center they go in front of Hall and Vernig. 2-on-2 with Field back checking. Esnam tries to make a move around Hall. Loose change for Vernig. Hall takes down Esnam. No call. Picked up by Vernig. Right wing hash marks inside her own zone, far side. Vernig pulling it up now, a little bit of time and space. Hits Ligda right in the stretch pass across the middle. Ligda walking it in. Field heads to the net. Sends one in the corner for Belanger. Belanger slaps one down low for Field. Field tied up. Picked up the loose change. Is going to be Belanger. Belanger left wing circle. Poke checked here by Furch. It'll be Frizzot to Furch here to the near side. Trying to get a step on Hall. Tearing it wide left. Hall going to clap at it. Firing a shot. And it's going to be stuffed in past Hoppy. It's 7:55. They go here in period number 1. Furch with the coast to coast. And we have ourselves a tie game as we make our way back out to center ice. Sabres go for the line change. Their lineup out there now will be Golden along with Conklin flanking Patak. It'll be Jay Crush and G on T. Patak on your draw wins it cleanly back to Krushelnyski, who sends it over to G. G to Golden, trying to tip one in. Off the referee's skates, get out of the way, Stripes. Dropping it back to the neutral zone, Sabres regrouping. Here to the near side for Krushelnyski. Hits up to Conklin. Offsides would have been the call, but Golden, nice move by Juliana Golden to hit the breaks there at the blue line to keep this play alive. Juliana breaks it up once again into the corner. MC on the far side. MC sends it in the half wall for Golden. Golden looking to cycle, sends it down low, looking for Patak. Patak looking for MC in the give and go. Broken up there by the Eagles, slamming one out to the point. Off the stick of G. And Gianna going to go at center. Sends one over here to Krushelnyski. Jay Crush in front of us, pulling it back. Left wing corner, got one on her in sequence. Krushelnyski wrapping it around to G, who's going to dig one out of the boards. G sends it up over to Golden. Chip right back the other way by the Eagles. Collected by G, who goes over to Jay Crush. Fanning on the one-touch pass. Picked up by Bossert, who sends one a spinning dime in the left wing corner for Gianna off the end boards. Gianna wraps it up here to the near side for Krushelnyski. Going to send one back the other way. It's going to be Wilson on the forecheck now. Knocked out of the zone by TC. Picked up by Messersmith, who's going to throw one right back the other way. Playing some area hockey. Trying to keep the pressure on the Sabres. Eagles are knocking on his own. Molnar touched it forward. Picked up by King in a 1-on-2. King goes in right wing corner. Head of the net is Tommy C. King right to left on the far side. Got Molnar in the slot. Molnar on the backhand. Shot blocked by Wilson. But Cinquino collects it to Hall. Hall, left point. Back to Tommy Littlefy. Broken up by Messersmith and pushed out of the zone. And picking her pocket is going to be Cinquino. Back in the hands of the Eagles, Wilson. And it's going back the other way here to the near side. Sabres regrouping quick. King tries to make a move around Buzinski. Offers shin guards. Buzinski pushes one forward to Esnam. Esnam slowed up there by Pape. Down behind the net. Hoppy picks it off for Hall. Hall sends it over to TC. Cinquino uses the boards, but it's knocked down by Frizzell. Set back by the net at 6:05. Collected by the Sabres for King. King left wing hash marks. Eagles stuff the breakout pass. Right here. Cut back is Chandler. Knocked off by King. Chandler fires the shot. Blocker saved by Hoppy. Rebound to the left wing. Faceoff dot here to the near side. Collected by Jocelyn Field. Field bounces towards the boards and then makes a move to the middle. Up the high slot. Goes in. Fires the shot. Wide right of Williams. Field come trucking in, but it's collected by the Eagles. Pushing out here towards Belanger. Chipped around Belanger. Chipped up and off the glass by Esnam, and it's collected back by the Sabres. Ligda coming in over to Belanger at the blue line. Belanger back to Liggs. Liggs comes in, fires the shot. That's a Ligda goal at 5:31, folks. Let's check the replay. Here it comes. It's going to be Ligda picking it off there. Back to Belanger. Belanger with two collapses on her. Ligda comes in and beats Williams on the blocker, and Liggs has her second goal of the period at 5:31 to go here in period number one, assisted by Eva Belanger. It's 2-1 as we make our way back out to center ice. Your lineup out there will be Ligda along with Field and Belanger. Krushelnyski and Vernig are your defenders. D-to-D pass with Jay Crush. Headmans it over to Field. Field pushing it wide left in front of the Eagle benches, now into Eagles territory, left wing side, hitting the brakes and she blows the tire. Trying to drag it forward on the toe drag was going to be Belanger, and it's intercepted by the Eagles. Sadiakov in a one-on-one versus Vernig. Inside position, Sadiakov going to get to it. Jay Crush comes down the left wing corner for support and sends over here to Vernig. Vernig to Liggs. Ligg going to ship one back to Patak. Patak tears it over wide left inside the Eagles zone. Makes a move around Lou. Hopped up in the air by Belanger. Belanger left to right behind Williams, curling around here to the near side. Sends it out to Vernig, right point, who walks the line like Johnny Cash. Sends it over to G. G fires one low. Tip for Belanger, or Conklin rather. Conklin comes over. It's Conklin and Patak out there, the two forwards. MC comes away with a left faceoff. That sends it to Patak. Fires the backhand shot, and that's going to be a Nora Patak goal. Let's check the replay on that one. That was going to go down in the corner. MC dragging one all the way to the faceoff top. Little chip forward back to Patak, and Patak sliding across the blue paint and fires one in backhand at 4:37. So Patak from MC here in period number one, making this a 3-1 so far. And we head back out to center ice. It'll be MC along with Golden flanking Patak, and it'll be Hall and G on D. And Hall going to send it over to G. G right away to Golden. Golden around Messersmith. Golden trying to pick it up. Buzinski gets to it at center. Fires one all the way down. And No icing, waved off by the stripes on the far side. Collected by Hall. Hall to MC. MC right in front of us. Heads over, headman's into Golden. Golden coming in, makes a move around. Number 19, Bossert, looks to fire a shot. Blocked by Messersmith. Golden gets back on it, and it's picked up by Wilson. Wilson coming up against Hall, going to fire one towards Hoppy. Knuckle puck between Addie, and she's going to make the save. Dropping it off for Hall. She played it, and it's going to be Hall now. Right side with a little bit of speed coming up the ice. Cross ice to MC. Conklin, Golden, and Hall. Hall across the blue line. Fires a no shot. Saved by Williams. She scooped it up like a first baseman and freezes it at 3:53 to go here in period number 1. Your lineup out there now for the Sabres. It's going to be Pape and Vernig on D. Tommy C. and Dylan King are your wingers, flanking their center, Eva Molnar. Face off towards the bottom left circle for Molnar and King, trapping right and left in the left wing corner. Picked up here by Fisher, headman's into Frizzot. Thrown out of his zone for Kearney, broken up by Pape as it slides into Sabre territory on the right wing side for Vernig. Vernig right to left behind Hoppy. Moves around Kearney, gets run off the puck. King comes in, Chandler pitching hard. It's going to be Molnar, collects the puck. Hits Tommy C at center. Over to Pape, who joins the rush. Pape left wing side, making a move to the middle, looking to hit Cinquino, broken up by the Eagles defender, Fischler. Pape goes down, but back to Tommy, little 5. Tommy sends it in the slot for King. King looks the first shot to Molnar. Blocked by the Eagles, back to the point for Vernig. Vernig at the blue line, no offsides. Looked like it may have crossed the blue line. Into the right wing corner for Chandler. Thrown past Molnar, left wing side. Dug out of the boards by Frizzot. Pinching hard his legs. Frizzot digs out the loose change. Headman's into Kearney. And going to be lifting the stick is going to be rigged. Good stick check there by Josie. And she collected the puck, but it's thrown in by the Eagles. And the Sabres are going to regroup at 2:58. It's going to be DDD pass here to Vernig. Cut off by the 2-1-2 check by the Eagles. Stadiakoff and Harris unable to collect that puck out to Seekins, though she gets the loose change. And pushed out of the zone by Field. Field trying to make a move around first. She gets the inside position. Good body position by Field. Firing a shot from the left side. It's going to be Belanger and a save by Williams at 2:39 to go here in the period. Your lineup out there now is going to be Ligda along with Belanger and Field. Blue liners are going to be Krushelnyski and G. G just out of frame there, face off in the left wing circle. Furch coming in against Belanger, puck sliding over the right wing half wall. It's Seekins and Ligda, puck picked up by Belanger, who goes back in the left wing corner, throws it down low, looking to get Field, but it's picked up by the Eagles, all the way into the hands of Jay Crush. Krushelnyski throws one here to the near side for Liggs. Lig, headman to Belanger, walking it in right wing side. Makes a move to the middle, sliding towards Williams. Picked up by Lou, back in the hands of Lou on the far side, off the stick of Williams. On the zone for G. G over to Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski pulling it back, top of the left circle. D-to-D pass for G. Right side, headmans it over to Patek. Patek sent one forward towards MC. No icing, waved off. Down in the left wing corner, Belanger trying to get position. Picked up by Patek. Patek sliding it for MC. MC fires a shot blocked by Bushinsky. Picked up by Wilson of the Eagles, and they're pushing it in a 2-on-2 in front of Hall and Pape. Puck sliding into the hands of Emma Pape. And she's going to regroup on far side. Hit the port out of the zone. It's going to go for Conklin. Conklin and Golden in a 2-on-3. And MC against Messersmith. MC gets to it. Nice angle by Kat as she forced MC to throw it behind the net. Golden on the forecheck now. Juliana hooked up. They're trying to get her stick loose. No call on Juliana's hooking. Picked up here to the near side. Wilson trying to creep up the boards. It's going to be two Sabres down low. One of them being Molnar. Molnar going to pick it up. Curls around back here to the near side and holds it up. Bouncing a pass out to Pape out of the zone. It's going to go. And the Sabres going to regroup here. Pape to Hall. Hall back to Pape. Pape center hits Molnar. Molnar trying to push one around Messersmith. Messersmith slows it up and it's kicked out of the zone by the Eagles. And Pape going to fire one in. Tagged up on side. Puck slides in the left wing corner for Dylan King. King, left wing hash marks. Pushing it back in a half wall. Here comes Molnar on the offensive side of things. Puck goes down low. Head of the net is Tommy C. Molnar centering up to Cinquino, broken up by the Eagles at 50 seconds to go here in period number 1. Eagles going to send one far side, kept in by Hall. Hall sends it back down low. Messersmith going to hang on to it now. Molnar going to pin her in. Tommy C trying to drag one out. The 2-on-2 50-50 battle. One towards Messersmith. Out to Esnam. Esnam right wing corner. Picked off here at the right point by Pape. Pape back to TC, just missing. Out to Molnar. Knocked loose by Esnam. Over to King. King to TC. Cinquino looking to hit it over to Molnar. And it's just sliding over here to the near side with 24 seconds. Backhanded on the zone by Messersmith. Collected by Hall in front of the Sabre line. Drops it off to Patak. Patak pushing hard. One hand. Comes in. Top right circle. Holds on. Fires one low. Skates blocked. Back off the back of the net for Patak. Patak left wing corner. Sends it out to the point. Looking to pick her pocket is going to be Seekins. And she tied up Belanger at the blue line. Frazeau at center. Sends one down, and that sound is the end of the first period. So at the end of one, it's the Sabres 3 and the Eagles 1 as we head to our first intermission. This first intermission brought to you by D'Amato's Bakery and Subs in Chicago, Illinois on Grand Avenue in May. D'Amato's Bakery and Subs. Our bread, your butter. Stop in and see Rosanna. Tell her I said hi, folks. Get yourself a sub sandwich, a loaf of Italian bread, a sfogliatelle, some Sicilian pizza, some cookies. It's all good there, folks. Enjoy the intermission. Welcome back, folks, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Let's get ready for some second period hockey. Your starting lineup for period number 2 for the Sabres. Patak, Charlotte Lee, Brooklyn, or MC, Matea Conklin on right wing. Thought it was Ligda there for a second. Blue Liners are going to be Vernig and Jay Crush. Addie Hoppy has the net. There's 17 minutes on the clock to get this second period underway, and the Sabres are working from right to left if you're listening on the radio. It's going to be Lee down behind the net, harassed by first. Puck's going to slide over here to the near side. Picked up by the Eagles. Bossert goes out of the zone for Wilson. Back in the hands of Krushelnyski as Wilson went for the line change. Into MC in the corner. MC foot racing it down behind the goal line. She pushes over here to the near side. 16:29 to go. MC controlling, cycles it back into the corner. Picked up by Lee. Lee, bottom left circle, looks to fire a shot. Shot blocked by the Eagles. Lee going to send one to the point for Vernig. Vernig off her stick it goes, and the Sabres going to have to regroup. Vernig fires one back in. The Sabres going to tag up, and we'll get back on side. It's going to be first behind Williams. Right to left. She looks for the home run pass. Broken up there by Vernig into the hands of Krushelnyski. And Krushelnyski in front of Hoppy. Over far side. Breaks it out to Ligda. Ligda up to front. Picked up here by Jocelyn Field. Belanger has the net. Field comes in over to Belanger. Just a little behind her. Picked up by Frazeau of the Eagles. Pushing on forward to Esnam. Esnam in front of G. Top of the right circle. Gianna Polk checks it. Takes her into the right wing corner. Monaco going to put Esnam in the wall. Picked up by Belanger. Belanger back to Monaco. Esnam goes down. Coming in is going to be Field over here to the near side. Trying to one-hand one to Hall. Hall up to Belanger. Belanger in front of Fischler. Joining the rush is Ligda. Left wing side. Belanger hits the brakes. Cuts back, hits Field in the middle. Broken up there by Chandler, back to Field. Field first shot, saved by Williams. Ligda comes trashing in, trying to get that second look opportunity. And the Eagles going to try to send one out of the zone. They do to Hall. Hall going to Gorbatank will flip one into the glass. Hunt coming in hard as Belanger. Caught back loose by the Eagles. Right here, puck is free. Bouncing around at center ice, in now finally into the zone. Nobody corralling it here. He's sent into the corner by King. Coming in is Golden, top of the show. Sends one to the net for King. And it was picked up by Seekins on the far side. Seekins of the Eagles fires one all the way down. We're going to get an icing. And at 14:59 to go here in period number 2, we're going to bring that one all the way back. It's the second period, the long change. You want to keep that other team pinned in as long as you can. Don't let them get line changes, trying to wear them out for the third period. And you, as the offensive team, when you have that kind of pressure, and as many changes as you can to save your legs for period number 3. We're going to get a penalty as Golden and Buzinski are both headed to the sin bin at 14:50. Here in period number 2. Roughing is going to be the call on both teams. Buszynski and Golden. Buszynski with her second penalty of the contest. It will be, shouldn't be a power play. Nope, it's 5-on-5 hockey. So it'll be 2 minutes and a whistle for those two young ladies. Your 5-on-5 hockey out there now is going to be Hall and G on the defensive side of things. TC fires one from the right wing corner over to Molnar. Molnar trying to get it down to King. King, left wing faceoff dot, heads across the slot, fires a shot. Shot blocked up front by First. Coming in is going to be Cinquino trying to fire one in front of Williams. Molnar coming for the second look opportunity, trying to find the stuff in dirty goal. But Williams able to make the save and not allow it. Right wing corner face-off. It'll be King on your draw. Molnar on the half wall. Tommy C in the slot. G and Hall on D with Hall playing safety high left point right on the blue line. Face-off one to Cinquino to Hall. Hall offsides. Yep, that was a good call. That puck slid out of the zone. King gonna cut off Furch, and that puck's gonna go out of play, and we're gonna make it right out to center ice. Referee pointing. Is that went over the penalty box, or over into the penalty box or the scoring table. Siri Bowling with the nice little toss in there. Three Sabres running the box right now. Rocky, the one-man wrecking crew, and Siri Bowling in there running the clock. Scoreboard and music. It'll be Vernig in front of her own blue line. Hits Patak here to the near side. Pushing it in. Patak up to Lee. Lee behind the left wing circle, left to right against Bossert. Lee hanging onto it. Sent forward, picked up by Wilson. Back in the hands of Lee. He's going to try to throw one the other way. Lee goes down out of the zone to Pape. Pape in front of her own blue line. Fans on a breakout pass. Collects it now as Lai came in with pressure. Knocked down by Patak, picked up by Lee, now into the hands of Nora Patak. Collapsed on by three red jerseys and maroon jerseys out of the zone and goes for Vernig. Vernig pushed it back against Esnam and then going to try to slide one into the right wing corner. She's successful with that. It's going to be MC on the forecheck along with Patak. Bounces it out to Lai. Lai pushed it forward to Esnam. Esnam cut off by Field. Pape sends one forward off the skates of Fischler. Pape getting back up, got to get on defensive side of his 2-on-1 against Vernig. Left wing side, Esnam comes in, fires a shot. Glove saved by Hoppy at 13:37 to go here in the period. Addie Hoppy flashing the leather. And an offensive zone face-off for the Eagles to the right of Hoppy in the left wing circle. Coach Ellie goes for the line change. It's going to be Belanger, Ligda, and Field up front. Monaco and Krushelnyski on D. Bounce it out. Picked up here by Ligda. Ligda trying to fire one to Belanger, and it was snuffed out by the Eagles, but Field collects loose change and neutralized. Field trying to get over to Belanger. Picked up by Lou. Cut off by Field. Field tried to line up Lou coming in, and Lou tried to take out Field on a retaliation hit there. Now nothing happened, but it's going to be G from the point. Sends one into the corner for Field. Field down low behind Williams. Centering pass right in the middle of the slot. Picked up by the Eagles. Going to kick one out of the zone into the hands of Jay Crush. 2 on Jay Crush. Jay Crush gets her pocket picked by Kearney. Down behind the centering pass, broken up by G. Frizeau trying to stuff one in on the front door. Monaco going to put Frizeau into the wall. Here comes Field, the 2-on-2 50-50 battle. Monaco's got Frizeau pinned in there. Krushelnyski bounces one to Belanger, and it's going to be a 3-on-2 the other way. Here comes Lig. Field right. Belanger F3. High left circle. Belanger coming in. Fires one looking for Ligda. Picked up by Field in the slot. Over to Frizeau here in front of Krushelnyski. Knocked down by Jay Crush. Picked up by Belanger, who drops it off for Hall. Hall and her in front of her own blue line. Pushing it up to center now, right in front of Sadiakov, across for Molnar. Molnar, top of the right circle, collapsed down by Seekins. Molnar trying to come away with it. Sadiakov picks up the loose change. She pushing it forward to Seekins. Seekins in front of Pape on the left wing side, looks to fire a shot. Pad saved by Hoppy, rebound into the hands of Seekins. Knocked loose by Hall, collected by Dylan King. King, up the ice she goes, cuts back, goes cross ice for Molnar. Broken up by Lou just inside the Eagle line. And it's going to be Seekins, gets popped off the puck there by Molnar. King going to fire one in deep. Down behind the right wing corner, right to left, picked up by the Eagles, Sophia Lou. GC on the back check now, out of the zone for Bossert, thrown into the hands of Pape. Pape over to Hall. Hall going to try to slam one back down, intercepted by Lou first. And here comes Wilson from the high slot, fired a shot, shot blocked by Pape. Shot blocked by Pape once again, back in the hands of Bossert. Out to the point for Chandler, left side, goes D to D for Fischler. Fischler makes a move around Cinquino, fires a shot, saved by Hoppy, rebound in front of blue paint, and it's going to get stuffed in by the Eagles at 11:32 in traffic in front of Hoppy. We'll see who got the goal here. I'm not exactly sure who of the Eagles tapped it in. Looks like it's going to be Lai, number 28, on the goal for the Eagles here in period number 2, making this a 3-2 game. As we make our way back out to center ice. The scrambling goal in front of the net by number 28, Lai, makes this a 1-goal affair. It'll be Kearney, Esnam, and Frizzell against Patak, Patak, Lee, and MC. New blue liners for the Sabres are going to be Krushelnyski and Vernig. And Esnam going to fire one in behind the net of Hoppy right off the end boards for Jay Crush. Krushelnyski looking to set up shop and chips it over to Conklin. Picked off by the Eagles. Down behind the net for Krushelnyski. Eagles coming in hard on here to Patak. Bouncing puck over the stick of Messersmith. And all the way in the left wing corner, to be collected by the Eagles, Buzinski. And the Sabres setting up the forecheck. MC on it hard. Runs off Buzinski, left wing, right wing corner. MC picks it up. Patak heads to the net. Patak coming in behind the net with MC. MC hits the brakes on the far side. Try to get over to Lee. Lee, right wing hash marks now. Hangs on to the loose change. Sends it down low for Patak, sliding over here to the near side. And it's going to be Lee have to get on the defensive side of things in front of Messersmith. Broken up by Vernig at center. And then the Sabres going to have to regroup. Vernig over to Jay Crush. Krushelnyski cuts back the other way over to Ligda. Ligda into the center ice. Tied up there by Krushelnyski. Back to Vernig. Vernig to Jay Crush. Pushing it forward. And it's intercepted by Messersmith at center. Cross ice pass blocked by Ligda. Over to Vernig. Vernig to Jay Crush. Up here to Belanger. Belanger across the blue line. Drops it off for Field. High slot. Vernig fires a shot. Or Hall fires a shot. Field fires a shot. Vernig. That was off the crossbar, folks. You need to learn who I'm talking about here. Sadiakoff on the far side, not in front of G. Cut off by Field and Gianna. Puck slides into the left wing corner. Fans are looking for a penalty. Not going to get one. Pushed off by Jaden. Jaden behind the net sends it over to Belanger with 10 minutes to go. It's going to be Belanger up here. Right wing hash marks. Left wing hash marks, it should say. Out of the zone for Field. Field drops it off here to Belanger. Belanger makes a move left wing face. And fires a shot off the post. Saved by Williams. Off her shoulders and rebounded here in front of the slot. And it's going to be Lou in front of G. Going to take her wide right. Bossert, high left, right circle, fires a shot. Knocked down by Hoppy, and it's going to get chipped in there by the Eagles at 9:38. And we've got ourselves a tie game, folks. That'll be Lou on the rebound goal. And we've got ourselves a tie game. As we make our way back out to center ice. It'll be TC, King, and Golden up front. Hall and G on D. And it'll be Hoppy retiring for Q. Q taking over at 9:38. TC wins it back to G. G to Hall. Hall in front of her own blue line. Hits Chinquino. Going to send one past Fischler. Juliana Golden getting inside position. Makes a move in the right wing corner now. Juliana out to the point for G. G, right point, back to Golden. Off her stick into the corner for Chinquino. Chinquino trying to muscle it down towards King. Here comes Juliana trying to body it loose. 2-on-2 battle. Bossert coming in on the defensive side of things. Golden comes in back in position. She's trying to push the pile. She does. Over to King, right wing hash marks. King back in the corner for TC. Trying to send it down low for Golden. Golden with position. Trying to get to it. Picked up here by Bossert. Bossert out to Lai. Cut off by Golden. Chip past TC. Intercepted by Gianna off the stick of Lee. G pushing it in right wing corner. Backhands one down low. Coming in is Charlotte Lee on the forecheck. Eagles trying to go D to D. Back in the right wing corner. Met by Patek. Out past MC. Tipped by Wilson. Puck's on a slide. Slowed up in front of the Eagle benches. Picked up by Lai. Lai met by Vernig. Going around here to the near side. Right to left to right. Dropped it back in the corner for Hall. Hall coming in. Lee pops it loose towards Patak. And it's a 2-on-2, 3-on-2. The other way is Vernig joins the rush. Patak coming across the blue line. Left wing side around Messersmith. Bottom left circle. Out to Lee. Left wing face off top. Trying to hit Vernig on the far side. And it's intercepted by the Eagles first. Here they're coming in front of Pape. Pape popped it loose. Puck's going to slide for Esnam off the end boards. Coming in is going to be Vernig. Vernig pins her in. Lee coming in now. Frizzell flies by. Esnam still got Vernig popped loose. Kearney coming in from the Eagles, trying to muscle it back into the right wing corner. Eagles send one in front of Q. The far side for Buzinski. Past MC, trickling in the left wing corner. Tripped up, no call on the tripping. Back in the left wing corner, firing a shot saved by Q. Rebound here for Pape. Pape up the ice for Patak. Patak to Conklin. Nice pass and out of the zone breakout by the Sabres. MC trying to make a move around Buzinski. Poke check by number 40. And she's on the far side, collecting a loose chain. Knocked free to the point by Belanger, kept in by MC to Field. Field, right wing faceoff dot, heads to the net. Toe drag in front of the point, trying to stuff one in against Williams. Save off the Williams pad, coming against Messersmith. Belanger and Field running off. Messersmith goes down, picked up by Field. Poke check by Esnam. Esnam comes around, trying to send one on his own. Back to Krushelnyski, keeping the pressure on the Eagles. They tag up back on side. Here comes Molnar, trying to fire one into the benches. It goes, almost taking out Coach Ellie. She would have been spitting chiclets, folks. That would have been an expensive morning. As I don't know if the Sabres have dental insurance for their coaches. I'm sure they probably do. The Eagles get the line change in that they needed on that one as the Sabres were coming hard. It's going to be Molnar on right wing, Field in the draw, Belanger in the slot. It'll be Krushelnyski and G on D. Belanger stuffs out the pass behind the net. Over to Molnar. Molnar out front for Field. Off the back of the net, popping up in the air was going to be the water bottle. Out to the point towards G. Here comes Harris. Harris in front of Gianna, one-on-one. G going to force her, blocks it at the right point. Harris going to finally send one back behind the net. Over to Jay Crush in the left wing corner. Krushelnyski to Molnar, and we're going to get a penalty on Jocelyn Field. I did not see what the call was for, but Field has the sin bin here in period number 2 at 6:54. So the Sabres are going to be shorthanded. This penalty kill brought to you by Classic Packaging of Northbrook, Illinois. Classic Packaging. You can't have a penalty without a box. Your shorthanded goal scorers out there now for the Sabres. They're going to be Ligda along with Lee. Blue liners going to be Hall and Vernick. Shot and a save by Q. No rebound, Kevin. And Q did not like that one as Fly was digging in there after the whistle. 6:38 to go that one. She got up pretty quick. It'll be Lee on your draw in the left wing circle. Ligda and Hall in the slot. Vernig in the left wing half wall. Face off won by Lee to Vernig over to Hall here to the near side. Hall going to clear one out, but it's picked up by Lou at center. She's going to pull it back in front of the Eagles' zone. Over to Fischler. Backing up his Ligda now. Fischler goes far side and hits Esnam. Esnam on the far side against Lee. Carries it in. Offsides will be the call as Sadiakov was across the blue line, it looked like. At 6:20 to go here in the period. 1:27 to go on that Classic Package PK. And a face-off just outside the zone, right in front of the Eagle benches. It's King and Patak up front. Hall and Vernig on D. Vernig over to Hall here quick. Hall fires one towards Williams, who has to make the stick save, and drops it off for Sophia Liu. Liu behind the net. Patak high in the slot, patiently waiting for Liu to make a move. She comes out here on the near side. Liu, a little bit of time and space. Off the stick of Patak, picked up by Hall. Got to fire one right back in behind the net of Williams. Right wing corner, puck slides over. Far side, backing up is Patak now. Stretch pass out to Esnam. Poke, check, miss by Hall. Picked up by Esnam. Top of the right circle. Over to the middle. Looks to Esnam. Fired a shot. Saved by Q. Directed behind the goal line. Coming in is Sadiakov to pick it up at 5:44. 49 seconds to go on that Classic Packaging PK. Lie controlling left to right. Here to the near side. Poke check by Vernig. And we're going to get a penalty on somebody. Not sure who's headed to the sin bin now. It might be, let's see here, folks. Esnam headed to the sin bin for roughing. Here in period number 2 at 5:34. And we are 4-on-4 hockey. That's going to go all the way down. That negates the Classic Packaging PK. And then it'll be a power play. So we have 41 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, and then we'll have a minute 19 of a power play for the Sabres. So your 4-on-4 unit out there now is going to be MC and Belanger up front. Top A and G on D. Belanger wins it back to him on left point. Back to Belanger, trying to make a move around Messersmith. Picked up here by Lai. Backing up is G and Pape. Pape going to carry over left wing side right in front of the Eagle benches. Coming across the high slot. Blocked up the puck by Monaco. Shot blocked by Pape. Picked up by G. G left wing, right wing face-off dot. Chips one out here to Belanger at center. Belanger and MC coming in 2-on-2. Monaco left side. MC fires one across the way for Belanger. Broken up by the Eagles. Here to the point for G. G looking now. Out to the point for Pape. Pape walking it in. Fires one low. Shot blocked by Lai. Rebound into the corner for MC. MC right wing half wall now. Poke check loose by Seekin, or Buzinski rather, and it's going to be collected by G. G right back to Belanger. We have ourselves a power play, folks. It's the Bubby's Beef and Red Hots power play. Bubby's Beef and Red Hots, the best fresh cut fries this side of the Splendid River. Stop in and see Andy. Tell him I said hi, folks. Field drops over Belanger. Belanger uses Messersmith as a screen, but Messersmith got a piece of it. Punched forward and stuffed by Williams. MC tried to get the second look opportunity. 1 minute to go on that Bubby's Beef and Red Hots power play at 4:33 here in period number 2. Your power play unit out there now is going to be Golden along with Field and Patak. Going to be Vernig and Krushenitsky. Vernig and Ligda. Vernig fired that shot. Blocker saved by Williams. Ligda coming in high slot. Fires a shot off the stick of Kearney into the end board glass. Picked up by the Sabres on the far side. Field going to work. Field top of the right circle. Comes all the way across looking for Ligda. Over Ligda here to the near side. Walking the left flanking face on the fires a shot. Wide right it goes. And we're going to get a whistle. Looks like it'll be in the crease, I'm assuming is what the call is. Otherwise, that wasn't up and nobody saved it. So we'll get a face-off just outside the zone. 34 seconds to go on that Bubby's Beef and Red Hots power play. Both teams dial up the line changes. It'll be Lee at center, flanked by MC and Krushenitsky up front. Belanger and Hall on D. Bossert versus Lee on the draw. Lee wins it and drops it back to Hall. Hall over to Belanger, touches it forward to Jay Crush. Krushenitsky walks it in, right wing side, looking for Lee in the slot. Setting things up to Belanger. Belanger fires a shot over the blockers of Williams and picked up by Conklin. MC drops it off for Hall. Hall out to Conklin. Conklin, Belanger, one-timer, saved by Williams for Crush. Krushenitsky to Lee, trying to stuff one in is Conklin. Back in the hands of Lee. Lee to the point for Hall. Hall walking it in, looks for Belanger. Belanger one-timer, pad save right in front for Krushenitsky. Saved by Williams, 2 of them. She's going to smother. Puck is loose behind the net. We are even strength, folks. Picked up by Hall, left point. Hall coming in over to Belanger. Belanger one-timer, wide right. Off the end boards, rebound here to MC. MC over to Hall. Hall, left wing corner. Pushes it down low for Lee. Picked up here by Lai. Tied up here by MC on the half wall. Lai going to dig it out of there. Chipped it past Belanger, but out to Krushenitsky, who's going to fire one on deep. And the Sabres are going to tag up on side. Lou pushing it hard at 3:06. I'm sorry, Fischler. Fischler up the ice. She goes in front of Hall. Top of the right circle, try to toe drag. Shot blocked by Hall. Picked up by Poppe here to the near side. Tips it out to TC. Cinquino over to King. Muscled out of the zone towards Wilson. Wilson going to collect loose chain. Molnar blows a tire on the forecheck. Cinquino blocks the breakout pair. Headman pass to Hall. Hall slams it right back to the way to Molnar. Pinching in was Fischler. Molnar would have been off to the races had she been able to connect on that pass. And it's going to be Andy Hall at center. Cinquino left. Molnar right. Offsides, not called. Molnar, right wing side, coming down. Tried to fire one to Cinquino. Broken up by Lou. It's going to be 3-on-2. Stepping on the pucks is Seekins. And it's going to be collected by King at center. And they're going to get a line change in. It's going to be Furch in the left wing corner. Headmans it over to Harris. Going to throw one right into the hands of Pape. Pape in front of her own blue line. Touch forward to Ligda. Ligda to Golden. Golden coming in right wing side. Fires a shot just across the blue paint here to the near side for Harris. Patak on the forecheck. Out of the zone. It's going to be Lou in front of G. Top of the right circle, right wing half wall, fires a shot. Pad save, juicy rebound. Picked up by Seekins, thrown out here to the near side for Ligda. Ligda digs one out of the boards, calls it back down low, trying to send it over to G. Here comes Gianna for support. She's going to put Fischler, Esmond into the wall, sends over here to the near side. Monaco out towards Furch, going to kick it in. It's going to be Furch. For zone battling it out. Furch popped it loose. Picked up by Esmond towards the slot. Shot fired and saved by Q. In the right wing corner for Patak. Bounces toward Ligda. Poke check by Monaco. Patak coming in. Here comes G. G going to run Esmond or Kearney off the puck. Off the skater for Zola Ligda. 1:32 to go. Ligda to Golden. And thrown in by Buzinski. Offsides, tagged back up with the Eagles. Jay Crush in the right wing corner. 85 seconds to go. Krushenitsky going to fire one all the way down. And we're going to get an icing. And with 1:20 to go here in period number 2, we're going to bring that one all the way back. Face-off goes to the right wing circle. To the left of Q's glove. Field on your draw. Belanger and MC in the slot. Hall on the half wall. Vernig in the I formation behind Belanger. Face-off won by Field over towards Hall, but tied up by Lai out to the point. It's going to be collected by Belanger. Belanger trying to make a move around Fischler and Bossert. Chandler in the left wing corner going to pick it up. Belanger, reverse hit on Chandler there. MC coming in, right wing side. Centering pass up to King, or Field. Breaking up the play is going to be the Eagles. Field going to put Chandler in the wall. Things are getting a little chippy around here, folks. And Conklin against Bossert. Puck slides over to the right corner. MC picks it up, top of the right field, cuts back, right face up, gets on the forehand, taken down. Shot fired, blocked by Fischler. Finally touched up by the Eagles, and we're going to get ourselves a penalty as Conklin was, they're going to call hooking, I believe. I thought it would have been a trip, but it'll be a hook. At 48 seconds to go here in period number 2. And that'll be Esnam, I believe. Nope, I'm sorry, that is Wilson. That's Wilson. Yep, Wilson on the hook. Here in period number 2, resulting in a Sabres power play. This power play brought to you by Gene and Jude's Hot Dogs. Gene and Jude's. No seats, no ketchup, no pretense, no nonsense. And Juliana Golden going to head to the sin bin to break that play up. That'll negate the Gene and Jude's power play. Golden headed to sin bin with 40 seconds. Golden with her second penalty of the game. And we're 4-on-4 hockey for the remainder of this period. No matter what happens, your 4-on-4 unit out there now is going to be Hall and Krushenitsky on D. Belanger and Field up front. Krushenitsky chips one forward, right wing hash marks. It's going to be dug out of the wall by Jay Crush. Far side for Belanger. In front of the Sabre benches. Belanger across the blue line. Field heads to the net. Just wide left of Williams here to the near side. Met by Chandler. Field going to put Williams in the wall. Here comes Esnam and Belanger. Belanger with a good stick check. Drags one into the right wing corner. Far side. Belanger in a foot race. Kept in by Ava. Belanger out to the point for Field. Field's got Hall here to the near side. Doesn't see her. She goes eyes in the back of her head. Field in the right wing corner now. Out to the point for Belanger right side. Hall heads to the net. Fires one at Krushenitsky. Pad safe for Williams. Fires shot, but it's going to be time expired, and it was blocked by Fischler. And at the end of 2, we have ourselves a tie game. There's going to be a minute 13 remaining on the 4-on-4 hockey, and then it'll be an 8-second power play for the Eagles once that continues. So at the end of 2, it's 3-3 here at Sumner Arena as we head to the second intermission. This second intermission brought to you by Mama Maria's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria in Bensenville, Illinois. Mama Maria's voted the #1 Italian restaurant in Bensenville by me and Rocky. Enjoy the intermission, folks. It's the ice cut intermission. Get yourself a cup of coffee, maybe a breakfast sandwich or a bagel. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, folks. It's the final frame here at John R. Sumner Arena. Your starting lineup for the third period for your Sabres in a 4-on-4 is going to be MC, Field, and Vernig up front along with Andy Hall. And it's going to be the Eagles controlling off the draw. 17 minutes are on the clock to get this third period underway. We'll take off that graphic there, intermission ice cut. Come on, people, let's go. Q has the net. There's going to be 47 seconds remaining on that 4-on-4. Right wing corner. Going to be Fields. Pushed it off the puck. Far side for Fischler. Fischler up the ice far side. Kearney goes down in front of Vernig. Fischler making a move around Field on the back check now. Field going to black check. Dropped it off here. Picked up by Esmond. Goes cross ice towards Vernig. Picked up by Chandler. Going to throw one back into the left wing corner. Collected by Andy Hall. On the forecheck is Bossert. Up to Vernig. Vernig going to try to push one forward. Bossert. Nice back check there. Left wing hash marks. Slid across the Hall. Poke check by Lai. Picked up here by Bossert. And the Eagles are going to have to regroup. Pulling it across in front of Hall. Firing a shot. Saved by Q. No rebound given. And 12 seconds to go on that 4-on-4. 15:59 to go here in the period. Sabres are working from left to right. If you're listening on the radio. Face off on the left wing circle on the far side. Lee on your draw. Monaco has it in the half wall. Ligda and Krushelnyski in the slot. Monaco on the draw. Gets it over to Krushelnyski here to the near side. Backhand up the board past to Ligda. Off the stick of Furch. Collected by Lai. Lai drops it off to Lou. Lou up towards G. G going to break up the play in front of Bossert there. And into the hands of Krushelnyski to Ligda. Ligda trying to hit Lee. Going to have to pull it back inside. Hits it over to Gianna far side. Gianna back to Liggs. Liggs up to Krushelnyski. We are even strength, folks. That was a short 9-second power play. I didn't even put up the PK graphic as we didn't get to it. I'm slacking, I know. 15:32 to go here in period number 3. Face-off goes to the right wing circle in the offensive zone for the Sabres. Ligda, Lee, and Belanger from right to left. Vernig and Pape on D. Face-off one for Buzinski down behind the goal line. Messersmith, Belanger going to knock it loose. Left wing Hashberg slams one back behind the net of Williams. Here to the near side for Buzinski. Buzinski tried to hit Seekins. Cut off by Ligda. And finally busted out of zone by the Eagles. Blocked by Vernig. Puck going to slide all the way down. It'll be Pape in a foot race against Sadiakov. Behind the net of Q, right to left here to the near side. Pape against Sadiakov to Ligda. Ligda trying to get one out to Lee. Cut off by the Eagles. Pape going to send one towards Lee. And it's picked up by Buzinski in the near side. Comes across the high slot. Trying to fire a shot wide left of Q. Rebound off the inboards in the right wing corner for Vernig. Picked up by Patak. Right to left. Here comes Patak pushing it hard up here to the near side. Across center now. Tips one past Kearney into the right wing corner. Patak still on the forecheck. Messersmith comes in. Tries to push it back up here to the near side. Backing up is Vernig. Going to collect it in Nuke zone. Vernig going to pull it back over to Hall. Hall up to TC. TC tried to fire one in deep. Didn't get all of it. Shot blocked out of the zone by Kearney. And throws it into the hands of Hall, who regroups to Jake Crush, who's going to try to send one back in deep. Bounces off Messersmith, sticks to MC. MC trying to get it over to TC. And it's going to be MC controlling behind the net. Cycles for TC. TC to the point for Jake Crush. Bouncing out to the blue line. Back to Cinquino in the corner. Picked up by Conklin. And here to the near side, Esnam trying to throw it up off the glass. Knocked down by Cinquino. Bouncing out to the blue line. Kept in by Krushelnyski. Over to Field. Field into the corner for Cinquino, who sends one back to Field. Left wing side now. Hall open at the left point. Field comes around top of the left circle towards the slot. Sends one to Conklin. Conklin trying to slide one across the blue paint. Broken up by the Eagles. Somebody's got a broken stick there. Looks like Messersmith. That puck's going to go all the way down. No icing. It'll be slowed up by Q. Q going to send one far side for Hall, who's got a stick check Wilson, who she came in hard on the forecheck. King throws one off the skates of the referee. Get out of the way. Stripes. Lee trying to push one on his own into the hands of Chandler, who blows a tire. Gets back up and sends one into the corner. Hall coming in against Wilson. Picked up by Krushelnyski on their side. Lee punches one out. Picked up by King, who's going to throw one towards Williams into the right wing corner. Fischler coming in, tries to hit the brakes against King. Sends over here to the near side. Wilson slams one far side for Lai. Backing up is Pape and Krushelnyski in a 2-on-2. Lai goes far side. Chips it past Pape in the right corner for Krushelnyski. Krushelnyski going to make a move around Bossert. Here she goes. She's got Lee on the near side. Lee across the blue line, right side, comes in, fires a shot right into the glove of Williams at 12:59 to go here in the period. Face off here to the right wing circle to the left of Williams. And the Sabres complete the line change. Ligda, Field, and Belanger up front. Pape and G on D from right to left. Belanger in your slot. Field on your draw against Sadiakov. Sadiakov wins it to the far side for Lou. Lou up to Sadiakov. In front of Gianna. I'm going to cut back to the middle. Gianna going to poke, take it loose out of the zone. It goes for Furch, who's going to drop it off for Lou. Lou pulling it back in front of the Eagle line. Now bounces it up here to the near side, met by Ligda. Up towards Seekins. Off the stick of Seekins, going to be smothered by Q at 12:36. Face-off going to go to the right wing circle to the left of Q's glove. Lineup headed out there for Coach Ellie's squad. Molnar and Golden in the slot with Pape. Monaco on the half wall. Charlotte Lee on your draw against Esnam. Face-off one towards Gianna and Frizzell. Esnam comes in, knocked loose by Lee, who hits over Pape here to the near side, trying to break it out to Molnar. Molnar makes a move around Chandler, picked up by Juliana Golden in a one-on-one. Coming in is Lee. Golden, toe drag, release, fires a shot, blocked by Fischler. Another shot blocked by Fischler as Golden got the rebound off that first block. Out to the point for Pape, who walks the line like Johnny Cash, fires one forward, tipped by Molnar, back in the left wing corner. Coming in is Molnar along with Golden. Golden trying to bust it loose there to the 2-on-2 battle. Lee on the offensive side trying to drag one back. Now she bounces out as high F3. Golden has a girl pinned in along with Molnar. Josie Vernig comes out on the line change. Cycling it to Vernig, picked off there by the Eagles. Here comes Esnam, thrown into the hands of Emma Pape. Pape across the center line, sends it back in deep. On edge, the puck goes down behind the net of Williams, right to left. The Eagles looking to break it out. Now she carries over here to the near side is Fischler across the Eagle line to center. Going to send one in deep towards the left wing corner, wrapping it around for Q. Q going to slow it up, sends it over here to the near side for Vernig, who makes a move around line, goes D to Hall. Hall past TC out of the zone for the Eagles. Messersmith fanning on the chip in is going to be Messersmith, chipped up in the air by TC. It's TC and MC. Going to work, TC over to MC. MC cuts back to left, tries to fire a shot. Knocked off the puck by Buzinski. North Patak, good stick there, taken off line. Wilson slams, or Bossard slammed Patak into the wall. Picked up down low for MC. TC on the defensive side of it now. Patak coming in, back to MC, bottom of the right circle. Now carrying up the strong side, cuts back to the middle, looks to fire one down low for Cinquino. Cinquino to Renee, walking it in, fires a shot, pad save by Williams. Rebound hard over here to the near side. Coming in is Wilson. Popped loose by Cinquino. Cinquino chips one over to Patak, left wing circle. Comes down low, Patak tries to fire. Shot blocked by Bossard. Over here to the near side. Bossard pushing it up, backing up is Vernig. Just across center, going to send one forward to Wilson, trying to catch her in stride. Wilson in the left wing corner against Vernig. Going to muscle it behind the head of Q. Vernig going to take her off the puck for Hall. Hall trying to slam one to Belanger. Touch pass towards Field, broken up by the Eagles. Harris coming in, knocks it loose, but it's picked up by Field, who curls around, and she's got 2-on-2 at Ligda. Up in front of Lou. Field cuts back, Ligda heads to the blue paint. In front of that, Ligda has to hit the brakes, dropped off Belanger coming in. Sadiakov gets her pocket pick. Somebody call the cops. Highway robbery in broad daylight, folks. Out of the zone it goes for the Eagles. Here they come in a 2-on-2 in front of G and Krushelnyski. Sadiakov going to take him to the net. Intercepted by Ligda in front of Q. And Ligda coming up the ice with time and space. She's got Belanger in front of the penalty boxes. Into the hands of Lou on the pick 6 there. Back in front of her own zone. Out to Frizzell in front of G. 3-on-2 the other way. Frizzell, top of the right circle, looks to fire a shot. Saved by Q, directed in the corner for Seekins. Centering pass to Sadiakov, curls and fires. Glove saved by Q. Rebound here. Shot blocked by Krushelnyski towards Q, who's going to smother it with her blocker. And we're going to get a whistle at 9:44 to go here in the third. Sabres go for the line change. It'll be Pape and Vernig on D. King and Golden, along with Charlotte Lee, are your forwards. Charlotte Lee and Esnam on your draw. Face-off won by Esnam to Chandler. Chandler fires the one-timer. Pad saved by Q. Pad saved by Q again as Esnam came in on the second look. Rebound there. And it's going to be Charlotte Lee on the far side. Bounces one to Golden. Slowed up by Juliana. Picked up here in front. King trying to split it. Blocked by Chandler. Coming in is Golden. Bounces it loose behind the net. Going to be the Eagles right to left. Golden forced her to go to the far side. I think she wanted to reverse the ice. Unable to do it. Lee sends one to Golden in the left wing corner now. Golden curls back around to her forehand. Pinned into the wall. Lee trying to drag it out. King coming in. Now King backs up to the bottom of the left circle. Vernig circling like a shark in the high slot, looking for something to squirt out for her for a one-timer. And it's sent over here to the near side. Vernig coming into the pinch now, backing up. Knocked down by Josie at the right side. Comes across the blue line. Over to the far side for Golden. Golden, left wing hash mark, corrals it. Cuts across to the blue line. She has Pape right point. Couldn't get it to her. Sent back into the corner, intercepted by the Eagles. Here comes the Eagles in front of Conklin. Pushed up towards Pape Fisher, going to fire one in deep. Q slows it up behind the net. Drops it off for Vernig. Vernig here to the near side. Cut back. Sent out to MC. Just past the reaching hands of Conklin. Going to be played by Williams. Off the net it goes for the icing, and she did not have to play it. And at 8:34, we're going to get a whistle and an icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. Face-off goes to the left wing circle to the right of Q. Your lineup now will be TC and MC in the slot with Hall. Patak on your draw, and Krushelnyski along the half wall gets the face-off. She wraps it around hard for Cinquino. Cinquino up to Patak. Patak's got MC on her right. Muscled off the puck by the Eagles. Picked up by Cinquino. Is going to have to regroup it. And the Sabres tag up on side, and the referee says no, they didn't, as TC entered his own before MC could clear. 8:20 to go here in the period. It'll be Krushelnyski up front, MC behind it. Face-off, 1 to Hall. Hall up to MC, trying to split the D, picked off by Bossert. And over to Krushelnyski, she carries his own right wing side. Krushelnyski hits the brakes, GC covering D. Trying to push it up is going to be the Eagles. Back into the corner for Conklin. Conklin sends with a net from attack, firing a shot, slid across the blue paint. Cinquino on the forecheck, knocked down by Hall, kept in by Cinquino, fires one off the end boards towards Williams. The attack came streaking in hard there. Lai going to curl around in front of her net. Poke check loose by Ligna out of the zone. Tick the pocket is going to be Belanger. 2-on-1 with Belanger and Ligna in front of Belanger. Belanger first shot. Glove saved by Williams. Picked up by Ligna. Ligna tried to fire one back over to Belanger. She does. Off the back net and in. It went off of Williams' back and into the net, folks. It's 7:38. Let's check the replay. That's going to be Ligna behind the net, slowed up by the Eagles. Belanger comes in and fires one off the back of the shoulder of Williams. Belanger with the goal to give the Sabres a 1-goal advantage at 7:38 here in period number 3. Face-off heads back out to center ice. It'll be Ligna along with Field and the pride of Quebec, Ava Belanger. Blue liners are going to be Pape and G. Esnam makes the move around Pape to Q. Fire a shot, saved by Q. Rebound here to Pape. Pape cuts back left wing corner. Sends it over D to G. G going to dig it out of the wall towards Belanger. Belanger right wing half wall trying to chip one out. Sealing up the wall is Frizzell. Picked up by Esnam. Knocked loose there by Belanger. Back to Field. And it's going to be collected by the Eagles. Frizzell trying to make a move. Slowed up by Pape. And to Kearney. Fires a shot. Glove saved by Q at 7:31 to go here in the ball game. Face-off goes to the right wing circle, to the left of Q. Your lineup out there now is going to be Tommy Little5 and Dylan King sandwiching Vernig in the slot. Charlotte Lee on your draw, and Andy Hall on the half wall. Face-off 1 to Hall. Hall behind the net of Q, right to left here to the near side, corralling the puck. Now up the board she goes to King. King touch past the Lee, out of the zone, and Chandler fires it right back in off the shin guards of Hall, and into the neutral zone it goes, shoved hand, one-handed, and the defensemen are playing catch with it. Chandler pulls it back in front of her own blue line. Cut off by TC. Golfed forward by King. Over to Chandler, who chips it over towards Fischler. Slamming one up towards the penalty boxes. And it's collected by the Sabres Lee. Lee goes over to Hall. Hall in front of her own blue line by about 10 feet. Goes far side for Vernig. Vernig tipped in by TC. Collected by the Eagles. Off the shin guards of Hall. It'll be offsides as Andy was over the blue line in neutral zone. And at 6:31 to go here in the period. And the referee having some words for Andy Hall. He didn't like that she fired one down after the whistle. Sadiakoff against Patak on your draw. Conklin comes in, bodies Brzezinski off it. Blocked by Harris. High slot coming in front of Vernig, far side. Shot blocked by Vernig, picked up by Sadiakoff behind the net of Q. Hall got her pinned in. Coming in is Seekins and Patak to try to get the 2-on-2 battle. Patak trying to run her off, and she collects the loose chain. Good angle by 19. Out to MC. MC fighting through the body check. 3-on-1 the other way with Ligna and Patak. MC right circle. Looks to fire. Fires a shot off the post. Saved by Williams as she smothers it at 6:01 to go here in the period. Williams, I tell you folks, yesterday she did a fantastic job in net for the Eagles, and she's doing one again here today. Your lineup out there now for the Sabres. We Golden, Lee, and Molnar up front. Krushelnyski and G on D. Out to the point for Jay Crush. Over to Lee. Lee down low for Golden. Molnar in front of the blue paint, circling left and right. They're trying to look for the dirty goal. Golden back behind the net for Lee. Molnar going to have to come trucking over here to the near side. Kearney pushing up, cut off by Molnar, out of the zone for Jay Crush, who's going to fire one back in the left wing corner, and the Sabres tag up on side. Sophia Liu of the Eagles off the stick of Golden, out of the zone for Jay Crush once again, who's going to keep the Eagles pinned in. And running around in the left wing corner for Liu. Liu left to right. Molnar trapping. Chipped over here to the near side for Lee. Lee chops at it. Breaking out to Kearney. Cut off by Juliana Golden. Top of the right circle. Out of the zone it goes. And the Sabres going to regroup. Gianna in front of her own blue line. Back to Golden. Golden going to fire one in. That's going to be an icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 5:15 to go here in the period. And a face-off going to go to the left wing circle to the right of Q. Your lineup out there for the Sabres. Nora Patak at center. Dylan King and TC are your wingers. Hall and Vernig are your defenders, and Hall going to rip one fast out the Cinquino far side. TC grabs it, drops it off Patak, trying to split the D. Coming in is King. King going to hit the Patak, hits the brakes to TC. TC comes across the blue paint, looks for the wraparound here to the near side for King. Saved by Williams, picked up by the Eagles, pushing it out to the far side. Pitching in is going to be Vernig. Chipped forward by Lai, and it's going to be Hall in a foot race against Wilson into the right wing corner. Hall patiently waiting, going to run off Wilson here. Wilson didn't like that. She tried to throw a shot in the numbers of Hall. Right up front, saved by Q! What a save. Let's check the replay, folks. Behind the net, Hall coming in. The play was broken up there by Bossert. Bossert going to fire one towards the front of the net. Coming in is Lai to shoot it, and Q with the sliding save. At 4:43 to go here in the period, it's going to be Belanger and Ligda along with Jocelyn Field up front. Blue liner is going to be Jay Crush and G. And it's going to be Field up the ice with Belanger in a 2-on-2. Ligda make it 3-on-2. Field hits the brakes, right wing corner, goes down, drops it off for Ligda. Ligda up front, broken up by Messersmith as she was trying to hit Belanger. Jay Crush and G, and a miscommunication there. Those two almost collided. That would have been ugly. Right wing corner would have been Buzinski down to Messersmith. Bouncing it over here to the near side for Kearney, digging out of the wall. Broken up by Ligg on the breakout pass. Liggs lose a glove. Coming out is going to be Kearney against Belanger to the far side. Belanger hacks at it, kept on and was stuck by Kearney. Firing a shot, saved by Q. No rebound given at 4:06 to go here in the period. Face off, going to go to the right wing circle. To the left of Q. Your lineup is going to be Field, Belanger, and Ligda, with Belanger and Ligda in the slot sandwiching Hall. And it looks like that's Pape on D on the right. Nope, that's Vernig on the half wall far side. Out to the point for Lou, coming in, looks to fire a shot over the crossbar into the inboard glass for Ligda on the rebound. Ligda goes left wing corner, picked up here by Wilson. Poke check by Hall. Out to the point, firing a shot is Furch into the right wing corner, playing some area hockey. Vernig pushes one up to Belanger just in front of the Sabre line. Belanger carries it out the center. Intercepted by Lou, but it's Belanger and a forecheck going to carry Lou in left wing corner. First to go back around. She lost the tire there on a little bit of an edge. Almost toe picked. Picked up by Hall at center. Is going to fire one back in the left wing corner. And the Sabres tag up on side with Dylan King on the forecheck. Lou out the center for Vernig, who's going to slam one right back the other way, keeping the Eagles pinned in into the left wing corner. Furch coming in, Hall on the forecheck now. Out to the point for MC. MC trying to push one to Hall. Hall bounces one to MC, top of the left circle, makes her way to the high slot. Over to Vernig. Vernig fires one wide right. Off the end boards into the left wing corner, rebounded for Lee. Pushed out to Hall. Hall kept it in, fires one back into the left wing corner, and it bounces behind the net of Williams. Furch hits the brakes. Lee trapping, picks her pocket. Into the left wing corner she goes. Lee up to the point for Hall. Hall walks the line like Johnny Cash over to Vernig. Not a one-timer. Saved by Williams to MC. Picked up here in the right wing corner by Lou. Chopped up here to the near side for Vernig. Vernig sends one back in the corner for Conklin. MC trying to drag one behind the net at 2:49. And it's picked up by Sadiakov, who's going to throw one out off the stick of Vernig. And the Eagles get the much-needed line change in. They've got MC at the near side. It's up to Lee. Lee makes a move around Kearney into the right wing corner. It's going to be Kearney. Gets to it first. Drops it off. Picked up by Sadiakov. Poke check. Loose by Lee. And over to TC. TC to Lee. Back to Hall. Hall now pushes it up to Cinquino. Pinching in hard is Frizzell. Back in the right wing corner. Hall going to pick it up with Deuces Wild remaining here in the period. 2:22. Out past MC. Collected by the Eagles. We're going to throw one back behind the net of Q. And they tag back up and set up the forecheck. Far side. Hall. Knuckle puck out of the neutral zone. Picked up by Chandler. Ran into Fischler. Chandler in front of the Eagle blue line at 2:05. Going to make her way to center. Chip one past M to Tack to Hall, who's going to fire one down for the icing. And we're going to bring that one all the way back. 1:55 to go here in the period. And the Eagles are going to call timeout, and I'm assuming they're going to pull the netminder. So at 1:55, we're going to get ourselves a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it ain't worth drinking. Enjoy the timeout, folks. Welcome back, folks. Coming out of the timeout, it's 6 on 5. $1:55 to go. In the slot, it's going to be Conklin, along with Ligda, Patak, Krushelnyski, and G on D. Left wing side, controlled by the Eagles. They've got their extra attacker now. Off the faceoff, coming in is going to be live. Firing a shot, saved by Q. No rebound given. At 1:38 to go here in the period. Faceoff makes that way. I thought it was 6 on 5 originally, folks. I guess I should have looked at the net for the other side. They must have been worried about the Sabres winning that draw. So it's 6 on 5 for sure now. It's going to be Patak on your draw, MC, Ligda, and Jay Crush in the slot. G on the half wall. Gianna and Sadie copying, giving instructions to back off. Patak wins it to G. G slams it over here to Krushelnyski. Bottom left circle. Jay Crush out of the zone it goes, knuckling and sliding all the way towards the right wing corner for the icing. And with 1:27 to go here in the period, we're going to bring that one all the way back. Face-off goes to the left wing circle to the right of Q. Lineup stays the same up front. Defensive change for the Sabres. It's Vernig and Hall. MC in the slot with Vernig. Patak on the draw. One over to the far side. Coming in is Fischler. Sends one in front. Blocked by Vernig. Back out to the point. Collected out to Fischler. Fischler sends it over here to Lou. Lou coming in. Center front broken up by Hall to Ligda. Ligda going to fire one down. If she makes it, she's got a heady, and it's just right, folks. Icing will be the call at a minute 6. 66 seconds to go here in period number 3. Face off back to the left wing circle to the right of Q. It's MC and Vernig in the slot. Legs on the half wall. Field on your draw, and Hall down in the left wing corner. Asnam, Field, taking the face-off. Face-off won by Field to Hall. Hall going to rip one to the far side, trying to hit MC. Kept in by Fischler, back behind the net of Q. Picked up by Asnam, broken up by Hall. Hall, left wing circle here to the near side for Liggs. Liggs out of the zone, cut off by Lou. Offsides will be the call, but they're going to have to tag up. Vernig, forward in front of the zone, left wing corner, it goes for Lai. No icing, 47 seconds to go. They wrap it around here to the near side for Lou. Eagles looking to set things up. Picked up by Ligda. Ligda heads to the slot. Tries to fire one across. Liggs still on position. Sends one into the corner. Fischler going to dig it out of the boards. Wrapping one up the far side. Bounce out to Liggs. Liggs tries to fire. Picked off by Lai. Lai pushes it up to Kearney. Hall comes in. Blocks Kearney in front of the Sabre benches. Poke check by Field. Picked up by Jocelyn Field. Just in front of center. Going to fire one all the way down for the icing. With 19 seconds to go here in the third. And another offensive zone face-off for the Eagles. This time to the right of right wing circle to the left of Q. 19 seconds. Sabres get the line change in. It's going to be G on the half wall. Krushelnyski and Lee in the slot. We need one more. Here comes Jocelyn Field. Nora Patak going to take your draw against Asnam. Patak to the point for Lai. Lai fired shot. Blocked by Krushelnyski. Back to Lee. Lee going to fire one knuckling and spinning dime puck into Eagles territory for Buzinski. Buzinski headmans it across. Tipped by Sadiakov past G. 7 seconds to go. Right to left. Here comes Jay Crush. 5 seconds. Crush just gets hammered into the wall. No call. And she goes down hard, folks. That was pretty rough there at the end of the game. Referees didn't call anything. Your final score is going to be the Sabres 4 and the Eagles 3 as we head over to our favorite part of the broadcast, Rockies recap for the visiting Culver Academy Eagles. Penalties on Buzinski. She had a pair of them, one in the first, one in the second, hooking and roughing. Esnam roughing in the second period at 5:34. And Wilson got the hook at 48 seconds to go in period number 2. Goals scored by Furch at 7:55 in period number 1. Lai at 11:32 in the second period. And Lou at 9:38 in period number 2. For the home team Sabres, Juliana Golden had a pair of penalties in the second period, one for roughing, one for hooking. And Jocelyn Field got a penalty unknown what the call was at 6:54. All the Sabres penalties coming in period number 2. For the Sabres on the goal side of things, Ligda had the first two at 15:26 in the first, 5:31 in the first, assisted by Belanger. Nora Patek and the first period at 4:37, assisted by MC. And your game winner, scored by the Pride of Quebec, Ava Belanger, assisted by Brooklyn Ligda at 7:38 in period number 3. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We will see you in about 23 minutes at 10 a.m. as the Shattuck St. Mary Sabres 19U squad takes on the Culver Academy Eagles. Thank you for watching. Go get yourself a cup of coffee and a breakfast sandwich, and we'll see you soon, folks. Come on, let's mute this thing.